Hello everyone, welcome to another End Times 4565 video. And having a little difficulty here. I'm not sure what it is. Something wrong seems to be wrong with my sound card. But at any rate, I need to start this video because it's time to, there's a lot going on. You're looking at Earthquake 3D right here, and I want you to note the depth of these quakes over here above India and over on this side in the Middle East, Kazakhstan and the rest of those over here. Mostly I want you to note the depths. This is local, this is recent. You see we had one here in the Atlantic. Now we come around over here to our side of the world and see if I can stop it here. Notice the short depths here. I'm not sure what that is, 5.29, but at any rate, 3.9, and that South America and Central America and Puerto Rico, and of course Oklahoma. Looks like we just had another quake. I see a recent quake here in Alaska. Notice their depths. Notice that they're not right on the surface. They are a little deeper. Hawaii, that had later today, today, they had quakes there. And notice the depths here in the Solomon Islands and Indonesia area. This is just today, 2.5 and greater. You can see here. Okay, now I want to show you this right here. Let's look at the last 7 days. Okay, now, looking at the last 7 days, in the Solomon Islands, we can see that it's quite a swarm. And notice how deep these are. Something's going on here in this area, and I'm thinking pretty sure that it's going to be volcanic. Going to be volcanism, and here we go. We see these bigger quakes. You can just look at the ring of fire, ladies and gentlemen, and you hear my mind is on something else right now because I'm worried about my computers. But notice that, remember the big quakes here, and of course, man, look at this planet. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, look at this side of the planet. Look at Alaska. Look at these, the depths. Look at the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Puerto Rico, South America. You see what this is? This is the Earth in trouble. The Earth is in trouble. It's fighting back. Look over here, Solomon Islands, ladies and gentlemen. The Earth is in trouble and it's fighting back. It's wrestling against the incoming objects, and it's fighting. It's fighting. Now, like I told you, I'm not a geologist, an astrologist, or that sort of thing, but I do have people that I talk to. That doesn't make me an expert by no means. But I'm just looking at the evidence right here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't deny the last 7 days. 7 days. This is not a month. This is not a month, ladies and gentlemen. This is 7 days. It's completely off the hook. 7 days off the hook. No, it's not 30 days. 7 days off the hook. You can see it right here. And the reason it's like that is because the Earth is under extreme pressure. And the crust is beginning to feel this inward pressure from the planet. Something is something is drawing, magnetism is drawing the center of the planet into focus to it. And the planet is fighting back. And what's happening is the Earth's mantle, the Earth's crust is moving, and fissures and fault lines are beginning to open, separate. Instead of crushing, they're beginning to separate. These fault lines are opening, ladies and gentlemen, from the inward pressure. And what's happening is causing these massive uptick in quakes. Make no mistake about it, of course it is biblical. But this is biblical. Look at this. This is biblical, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt about it in my mind. 7 days just on this side of the planet? It's totally biblical. But there's something else going on, ladies and gentlemen. That third wave that I told you about is coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I talked about this as far back as 2 months ago. Now, let me show you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at my YouTube channel. And I'm going to come down here. Now, I know there's been quite a bit of talk the last few hours about these pulse that's coming in. But, and, you know, I'm not trying to say that I know everything, that I don't. I don't know everything. And I don't claim that I do. And I don't want your money. Okay, here it is. 1 month ago, pole shift between energy waves. Remember we talked about how we were in between pulses. And here we have pole shift pulse update. The motor is running. We talked about the magnetosphere in the center of the Earth and how it acts like an engine. This was another pulse update. Here we go, coming up here. Pole shift, second pulse has begun. Remember I told you 2 months ago about the energy wave, that second wave that had come in 2 months ago. We got 11,715 views on that. Okay, now with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm just trying to qualify myself, because I'm going to say some things here. It's not going to exactly match up to what everybody else has been talking about last few hours, because I just want to tell you what's happening. So with that being said, now let me show you this. So here we have the tilt chart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is completely off the hook. You won't believe what I'm about to show you here. Remember how we talked about how we thought we might stay outside and come around, and then we didn't. We crossed in because the wobble of the Earth was so magnified so much worse. Okay, it not only went in, but it, instead of coming in this way and staying here, it bent over even more. But now I want you to look at these 2 days right here. Okay, these 2 days right here, ladies and gentlemen, are right up against each other. Now, that's telling me that the Earth has slowed at this point right here in its spin. Now, I don't know what that's going to do to our clock or how we're going to notice this, but something's certainly going to be noticed right here. You can't have these two right up against each other. It happened again here, and that's the only place that I could see. But with this being exaggerated this far into the circle, excuse me. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still sick. I'm trying not to go to the hospital. But I don't mean to do all this coughing. This is off the hook right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is totally pulled in. The deeper it goes here, the further out it goes here, the bigger the wobble is, and something is wrong with the speed. This is wrong right here. Something's wrong with the speed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the facts are in front of you. I'm showing it to you right here. And you know, the Earth is wobbling. You're looking at it right here. And way out here, way inside, it's totally exaggerated. But as far as I can see, even slowed down. I have no other explanation. But normally, it seems like when we get to the top of the circle over here, that there is a slowing. Maybe because the wobble is so close, far off. The wobble is so far off. But at any rate, you can see the Earth wobble is continuing to be pulled to the southwest. The Earth is pulling to the southwest. And the reason is an incoming object. Incoming objects, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? We have incoming objects. And these things that are coming are not man-made, and man can't stop them. Now let's go here. Now, we're looking at the latest magnetosphere, and I notice this extended closed loop coming from our planet. And of course, this from the back side, it's just sucking and drawing all of our magnetic field to the south. And these two injections of plasma and helium, ladies and gentlemen, are causing this disruption back here. Now, this disruption back here is setting the stage for another flash drop in our magnetic field when this third pulse arrives. All this is right here is evidence that the third pulse is coming in. It's the theory of relativity. It's just like a tsunami. As the big wave approaches, it's drawing this magnetic field out. Look at it. This is heavy. This is fast. This is as if the beach is losing all of its water. But it's in space, and it's our magnetic field. Every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is heavy duty right here, ladies and gentlemen. This drawing, pulling on our planet. Because they have a huge tsunami coming, another pulse of gamma rays from outside of our solar system, from inside of our galaxy. We've already had two such pulses, and now this is the third pulse. Now, according to some, and according to what I can see here, this third pulse is going to be bigger than the first two. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it's going to do to our magnetic field, and I have no idea what it's going to do to the sun. Now, then we have 45P. We have Comet 45P coming, and it's going to fly between the Earth and the sun, and that comet is going to cause disruptions on the sun. The only question is all this a setup? This looks to me like it's a setup. It looks like it's a setup, like it's being set up for something that God is going to use. I want to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you people are not Bible thumpers, and that's okay. Me, I'm a Bible thumper, thrower, slammer. I preached the book Hellfire and Brimstone. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Wormwood is at the door. It doesn't matter if you can see it. It doesn't matter if you can't see it. It just doesn't matter, because I know that it's coming. And I know that it's part of the incoming objects. And these incoming objects are set in play by God, not by man. So if this pulse comes from the center of our galaxy, it was sent at such a time so that it would be here at this time, for such a time as this. Now, you're looking at the stock market, and the stock market is just going off out the ceiling. But you remember, the elite run the stock market, and they can, at any day, any given day, they can stop it. They can make it crash 2,000 points in any given day, at any given hour. They control it. They're trying to control you and me. They're after alternative media like us. They're out to cut us off, turn us off, because they want just their elite-run mainstream media given information. They don't want people with brains who can think ahead and see the facts in front of them, getting on the air and talking to people, bringing the truth to you. Now, make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, the elite knows something is coming. They know it. They're not Bible thumpers, and they know it, ladies and gentlemen. They're not dumb. They're smart. They're wise. They got their stuff together. They've built bunkers underground. The Bible said that they would go into the caves and under the rocks, trying to hide from the Lord when He comes. So they're preparing themselves. Now listen to me. I was talking to my wife about this. We were looking at images of these bunkers. And I had a question about these bunkers. I looked at all of the stuff that they're storing inside of these underground bunkers. They have Walmart 18-wheelers making daily, hourly deliveries into these caves. 18-wheeler loads of material, probably food. Now, you and I know that the food bank, when you need food, you don't have no money, you got to go to the food bank. You and I both know that the food bank gets their food from these grocers and other places where it's almost out of date or out of date, and then they give it away to the food banks. Then it's up to the food bank to check the stuff out before they hand it out. So everything that they get from at the food bank and the food give out is not new stuff, it's old stuff that the markets have pushed aside, rotated their stock. And so they sell it by the pound to these food banks. And these food banks give out cards, and they allow churches and other nonprofits to go in and buy that food by the pound. So much a pound. Now, this food is not the good food, but that's not the point. The point I want to make is this. The elite is being stocked right now. So what could the expiration dates be on the material that they're receiving? It has to be within limitations. The elite has to know their limitations. So this stuff that they're stocking, thousands and thousands of pounds of stuff in these caverns, has to be within their limitations, ladies and gentlemen, and they know what the date is that they need to be in the general area for. You're not going to just stow the place full of material or canned goods that are going to go out in 6-8 months. They're going to store new stuff that's long enough to get them through. Not just through the trouble, but after the trouble, ladies and gentlemen. It's a plan. They have to plan this. You have to plan. You have to plan your bunker. If you're not going to bug out, you're in your bunker. You're going to have to find a way to prepare yourself in the place that you are right now for these incoming objects, for this pulse that's going to be here in, they say, 15 days. They say right after Christmas, on December 26th. You know what I found interesting about that, ladies and gentlemen? I found interesting about that is when the Pope came out and said, this is the last Christmas that we're going to know like this. And then the Queen, she came out and she said, this is the last Christmas we're going to have like this. And now we're getting information that this third pulse is going to come in on December the 26th, ladies and gentlemen. And it isn't going to be like a sunspot where it's going to last a few hours. This pulse is huge. It could last 6 months or more. We haven't experienced anything like this in our lifetime. In our lifetime. It's going to cause, it could cause speculation on my part. I admit it. Some of these guys talk about what it's going to do, and it's all speculation. But I'm going to tell you, it's just speculation. But it's a high speculation that earthquakes and volcanic activity could come from this pulse, along with lots and lots of gamma rays and X-rays that are going to be dangerous to the human body. Mainstream media isn't telling you about it, so it's going to be bad. Now, if it was just going to be a little thing, they'd probably tell us about it. But they're not telling us about anything. Nobody's saying nothing. Yeah, it shows you how far up the list you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we're the free people. We the people put Donald Trump in. In spite of the elite, in spite of their plans, we won. Now, with these things that are coming in, these incoming objects, and this pulse, ladies and gentlemen, we can still win. Although we can't stop it, but we can prepare ourselves. We can surprise the elite by being ready. Waking up, smell the coffee. Think about it. You don't have to wear a sign saying the end is near. Just take care of you and yours. You know what you have to do. Think about it. Everybody knows somebody that lives in the country. Maybe it's a good time to go visit over the holidays. Think about it. You might be safe in the country with those folks. And if something does happen, you're stuck there because planes won't fly, trains won't run, buses are dead. You're in the dark. But you could possibly survive in the country. You have to get out of the city. Am I fear-mongering? Maybe. I don't know what else to tell you. The city's going to be the worst place you can be. You got 1 million people that's crazy, that's going to go crazy. You know, you don't understand it until you get around them. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell you this, but I've been to prison. And when I got in there, I was shocked. I had no idea what I was seeing. There's some of those people that need to be there. And then when all hell breaks loose out here in the free world, it's going to be just like the institutionalized world. And these mediocre people are going to go bad without restraint, except for your restraint. This third pulse is coming. It's coming this month. And I don't know if you're ready for it. I've been waiting for it. You see this right here? Look at this pulling. Look at this plasma buildup. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to reverse the flow again. Remember how it reversed the flow? You know, these guys are so good, they can go and archive it and go back and show you the arrows when they were going the other way. I don't need to show you that. You remember it as well as I do. Being prepared for it is what we have to do. There's so much more I could show you. I just don't have time right now. 26 minutes? And I didn't have an intro because it's broken. So I'm not going to have an exit. So it's just going to be a straight up video. A third pulse pole shift video, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a pole shift coming. Let's say this is the Earth. It's the Earth. And right now we should be tilted something like this. But I suspect that we're tilted more like this, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this vortex is working. Have you seen the jet stream? And what's going to happen is the Earth is being pulled. It's fighting. Pull. It's fighting. It's wobbling. Pull. And then suddenly, soon, it's going to go like this. Like that, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not going to be rotating like this. It's going to be rotating like this. And the predictions are that some computer models say when the objects go away, the Earth will shift back. But my question for you is, what are you going to do about wormwood when it makes impact? When one of these incoming objects makes impact into the Atlantic Ocean. And the earthquakes, and the waves roaring, and men's hearts failing them in fear. Because with all of this going on, nobody's going to know what to do. You've got to keep your head. You've got to get a Bible. You got to have a book. It's your directions. It's your roadmap. Make a list right now of things that you need. Make a plan. Well, I've never been camping. Well, go to YouTube and look up some videos on survival and camping. Burn them on DVDs and put them in your portable DVD player so it'll play as long as you got a little power. Maybe you need something for a little bit of power to charge these things up while you're trying to figure out what to do next. By all means, please, get you some form of protection. Something that you're not afraid to use. And if you've never shot anything, particularly a handgun, don't go buy a handgun. You don't need to miss. Get you a 12 gauge, 10 chamber clip shotgun. You won't need to aim. Just point and shoot. my kind of weapon. You never know. You might need it for food. I'm going on a rant here. This is very important to understand. Because these other guys have big channels and they get love offerings and they have church and they do things. And I'm not like that. I don't do that. I don't do it when I have a church. I guess that's why I'm not successful at having churches, because I don't play the normal game. It's not about money. It's about truth. It's about the Word. It's about the true Word. The truth, ladies and gentlemen. And the truth is, these incoming objects are approaching. 2017. And we have a huge third pulse approaching in a matter of days. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing. Then I can come on here and we can have a good laugh. And we'll just keep on doing another video. If not, you better make yourself ready. Because Jesus Christ is coming again. And his return is imminent. And you can't do nothing about it except get ready.